Hare Krishna Mataji, Sandvat Pranam. So let us start our session with Mangalacharan. Yeah. Today we are going to discuss chapter 15, Purushottama Yoga. So this is one of the shortest chapters. As I said, 12th and 15th chapters are the shortest chapters in Bhagavad Gita. So today we are going to discuss 15th chapter. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तु ते तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्रीकृष्णचैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानन्द श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृन्द हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम् श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन जी की जय श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा मैया की जय जगत गुरु पतित पावन श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील गुरुदेव की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की जय हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji, Sandvat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. So far we have discussed 14 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, and now we are entering into the 15th chapter today. The chapter's name is Purushottama Yoga. So, who is this Purushottama and what is the yoga mentioned in this chapter? We'll discuss in this chapter. Uh, so, before that, in the 14th chapter, what was the acronym given to the 14th chapter?
Trap.
Trap. Okay. Three for T for
Three modes.
three modes. R for
Race for dominance.
A for
Actions in the moods.
P
Pure life.
pure life. Okay. So yesterday we have discussed that we are being bound in this material nature by the three modes of material nature. Now, how can we transcend those three modes? What we discussed yesterday?
By devotional service.
Yes, by doing bhakti, by doing devotional service, we can transcend these three modes. So, so basically, if you want to do devotional service, then we have to get attached to Krishna. Yes or no? We have
Yes.
to develop attachment towards Krishna, then we can advance in devotional service and we can gradually come out of the influence of the three modes of material nature. Now, in order to get attached to Krishna, we have to become detached from this world. Yes or no? Right now, our attachment is towards the people or objects of this world. Hence, we are not attached to Krishna, and that's how we are being bound by the three modes of material nature. Now, if we develop attachment towards Krishna, automatically we become detached from here, and we can transcend the three modes of material nature. Yes. So Krishna says how to detach from this material world in this chapter. So it is like a continuation. Okay. Yeah. Let us see the acronym given to this chapter. Yeah. This session is also dedicated to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Yeah. So the acronym given to this chapter is HOME. 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 So H stands for home or hotel, 1 to 5 shlokas. O for on over and over again, 6 to 11 shlokas. M for maintainer of body, mind and soul, 12 to 15 shlokas. And E, essence in 3 verses, 16 to 20 shlokas. Okay. Yeah. Home or hotel. So we'll discuss what is our home and what is considered as hotel here in this description. We'll discuss all those details in this section. On and over again. So what is this on and on? What is getting repeated here? What is being discussed in this section? We'll see here. And who is the maintainer? So maintainer of body, mind, and soul. Who is that maintainer? And essence. So what is the essence of all this discussion? What are we supposed to do? Okay. Hmm. So home or hotel. Before coming to this, let us discuss this verse. Okay. So it is Krishna who is starting the first verse in the 15th chapter. So it starts with Bhagavan Vacha. Sri Bhagavan Vacha Urdhvamulamadasyakam Ashwattham Prahuravyayam Chandhamsi Yasya Parnani Yastam Veda Saveda Ved. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upwards and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. So, this is the first sloka of the 15th chapter, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead is saying that there is an imperishable banyan tree. And there is this banyan tree, and what happened? Its roots are upwards and its branches are down. So, Krishna is describing one such tree where its roots are upwards and branches are down. So, usually, do we see such kind of tree anytime? Is there any possibility to see such kind of tree where its roots
No,
upwards and
Mataji.
branches downwards?
No, Mataji.
No. But Krishna is saying there is such a tree. So, is there any chance that you can think of it? Is there any chance that we can see that kind of tree in this world, in this material nature?
No, Mataji.
No. Okay. So, let me tell you an example. So there is a person who is sitting on the bank of the river, and the person was just thinking of something that has been happened to his life, and suddenly he got to see some shining thing in the water. So he went close to the river and he could see there is a necklace that has been shining in the water. So he thought, okay, let me just get into the water and find that necklace. And if I can sell that necklace, I would get a lot of money and all my problems would be solved. So he went inside and he started searching for that necklace. So he tried for a very long time, but he could not find that necklace. So he was vexed up and he came back and again sat on the bank of the same place. He again sat at the same place, and after some time when the water got settled down, again he could see the necklace. So this time he is like, how come I have searched every corner? Like, let me just go again and not even leave an inch. Let me find out where it is. So he went inside and almost for 1 hour he searched all through the place, but still he could not find it. Again, he came back and sat at the same place. After some time, when the water has been settled, again he could see the same necklace. What is the reason? Any guesses? Where is the necklace?
The necklace was on the tree, Mataji.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. So basically, there is a tree on the bank of the river, and the necklace is hanging to the branch of the tree. Now the reflection of the tree is being seen on the water, and the same shining necklace reflection is there in the water. So where is he searching? He's searching in the actually the place where he's searching. Is there any matter there? No, it is just the reflection. Yes. So similarly, this material world that Krishna is saying, whatever the tree that Krishna is saying, the banyan tree, where its roots upwards and branches down, where can you find such a tree? Basically, that tree is visible on the banks of the river. When there is a tree on the bank of the river, when the reflection of the tree falls on the water, then what happens? The branches would be inside and roots would be up. So when you see this image, you can identify that. You see this? There is this tree, and when you see the reflection, it is like the roots are up and the branches are down. Yes? Yes, no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. So basically, what is this tree that Krishna is saying? This tree is nothing but this material world. So this material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Now, what if I know that this place is a reflection of the spiritual world? As I said earlier, there are two worlds basically. One is two energies of Krishna basically. One is the external energy and one is the internal energy of the Supreme Lord. So the spiritual world belongs to the internal energy, and this material world, the world that we live in, it belongs to the external energy of the Supreme Lord. So this material world is nothing but the reflection of the spiritual world. Okay. Now, when we got to know that this place is a reflection, then do we find the substance in the reflection?
No, Mataji.
No. Like, was he able to find the necklace in the water?
No, no.
No. Like, how much ever you try, you cannot find it because the substance itself is not there in the place where you are trying to search. If you want to get that substance, you have to climb the tree and then get that necklace. Only then you would get it. So, similarly, what is Krishna saying? Spiritual world's reflection is this material world. So, we know the tree where its roots are down and branches are up. But here, this place is roots are up and branches are down. So this place, this material world is compared to such kind of banyan tree, and this is nothing but the reflection. Yes or no? Do we see that tree anytime? Like roots up and branches down? Only in the reflection we can see that. Yes or no?
Yes, Mata.
Yes,
So
Mataji.
this place, this material world is also compared to the same tree, which means this material world is not real. This is a reflection. Okay. So real as in when you're trying to find some happiness here, like how the person was trying to find the necklace there, was he able to find? No. Similarly, if you're trying to find happiness in this material world, we cannot find it because there is no happiness in this material world. If at all there is happiness, the happiness there is there in the actual world. The actual world is the spiritual world. But we are seeing the reflection of the spiritual world and trying to find the happiness in the reflection. So will we ever get the happiness in the reflection? In the
No, Mata.
material world? No.
No,
So
Mataji.
that's why Krishna was saying earlier also, this place is Dukhalayam Ashashvatam. Yeah, do you remember this point?
Mm.
This place is
Yes,
full of
Mataji.
miseries. There is no happiness at all. But still, foolishly, we are thinking that we can find happiness here when I do that, or we find happiness here when I do this. We find happiness when I earn so much per a month, or we find happiness here when I succeed in so and so things. So we are just trying to get happiness here, but Krishna directly declared that this place is Dukkhalayam, and this place is just a reflection. So you cannot find the substance here. The matter is there in the spiritual world. Okay. So Krishna had given the details about this tree. Now, yeah. Now, why is there a reflection of the tree? When you take to the example of the person who was sitting on the banks of the river, why was he able to see the reflection? Because of the presence of water. Yes or no? So the tree
Yes.
was
Yes,
there on the
Mataji.
bank of the river, and there is water in the river, and due to the presence of the water, he could see the reflection. Similarly, why are we experiencing, or why are we in this material world? Yeah. So we need to know why are we in this material world. So the reflection was there because of water in that case. Now this reflection, this material world is there. Why? Because of our desire. Okay, that reflection was because of water, and this reflection, this material world that is present here, this reflection is present because of our desires. So let's say if I don't have any desires, any material desires, see, we cannot be free from desires anytime. Okay, so many people say that you should be desire free. No, that is not possible. As I said, the innate nature of the soul is activity, and also the nature of the soul is it always desires something. But the problem is we are not desiring the spiritual things. That is the problem. So as long as we are desiring for the material things, they will bind us. So our desire, our material desire is the reason for this reflection of this material world. Is it clear? Just like how water is the reason for the reflection of a tree, similarly the desire of the living entity is the reason for having this material world in place. Okay, now how can we escape this material world? So Krishna says you have to cut this with axe of or with a sword of detachment. So now you have this tree. So material world is compared to a upside down tree, right? Now you have to cut down this tree. You have to get out of this material world and you have to go back to the spiritual world. So this material world is compared to the tree, upside down tree. Now how can we cut down this tree? I don't want to stay here anymore. So I just want to get away from this place. Now how can I cut down this tree? You need a axe. Yes, if you want to cut a tree, you need axe, right?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes,
What is the axe
Mataji.
that Krishna is saying here is it is the axe of detachment, the sword of detachment. So you should develop this detachment towards the material world. Only then you would be able to cut down this tree. Otherwise, you will be bound here. Okay, there is no question of getting out of this place as long as you are attached to the things here. You have to develop detachment here. Only with that detachment, you would be able to get away from this place and go back to our original home. Now get back to the first slide, home or hotel. So Krishna is saying about H in this chapter. H is home or hotel. So let's say due to a deputation, we have been asked to stay in a hotel for 6 months. Okay, and the hotel has luxurious facilities. So the very first day we checked in into the hotel, we entered the room and we could see it is very amazing. And we could see there are many items that are readily available for us. So the first day we feel, oh my God, this is really awesome. Let me just enjoy everything here. So first day is gone. Second day also we enjoyed. Third day okay. Fourth day, fifth day, sixth day, seventh day. And slowly, what happens? Do you start enjoying the stay in the hotel as like how you have experienced on the very first day?
No, Mataji.
Oh,
No,
Mataji.
definitely no. So basically, what is lacking here is you might see many cuisines here where you can enjoy all of them. You might see many servants there also where you could get served. But still, what is missing in the hotel is the love. Yes or no? But when it comes to our house, even though you don't have so many cuisines to eat, even it is like dal, just a curry and curd rice, still, whatever you eat is cooked with love, whatever you eat is served with love, and everything in the home is centered around love. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
Mataji.
basically, what happens is after some time, some stay in the hotel, we start feeling that let me just go back to my home. I just don't feel, I mean, I don't feel happy staying here in the hotel. I just want to go back to my home. Many people would even feel that homesickness. Yes or no?
Hmm.
So basically, so Krishna is saying, you are in this place, and this place is full of miseries. You have to cut down this tree. Now, after cutting down this tree, means after getting out of this material world, where am I supposed to go? We should know that, right? You have to come back to your home. So, what is our home? Our home is the spiritual world, the Goloka Vrindavana, the Vaikunta planets. Now, this place might be compared to a hotel. We might have many facilities here, or we might go to heavenly planets and we might enjoy so many bogas there, but still everything is temporary. So whatever the happiness that we are getting in this material world is not the happiness that our soul wants. That's why how much ever you earn, how much ever you enjoy, you still feel that voidness in your heart or at the soul level. Yes or no?
Hmm. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, that emptiness is there because you are not experiencing what you want to experience. So that is the reason this place is just compared to a hotel. You might go to the higher planetary systems and enjoy boga. You might stay in Buloka and earn so much money and maybe live a luxurious life. But still, the happiness that the soul hankers, the soul wants is you will not get it here. You will get it only when you reach your home. Now, what is our home? Our home is Goloka Vrindavan. Okay, so Krishna starts describing the details of the spiritual world in this chapter. Okay, is it clear
Hmm.
so far till these chapters? No, sorry, till these shlokas?
Yes,
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah. Huh. So, how to free ourselves from this reflection? As I said, we are in this place of reflection. We are in this material world. Now, how can I get myself free from this reflection? Correct designation. So, we might identify ourselves with many designations. Like, I might feel I'm the daughter of so and so, I'm the wife of so and so, I'm the mother of so and so, I'm an employee of so and so company, I'm the citizen of a so and so country. So, I might identify myself with so many designations, but as long as I identify myself with the right designation, I would not be able to get out of this. What is our right designation? Can anyone guess?
Soul.
Okay, what is the designation?
We enter
Servant
spiritual
of
world.
Krishna.
We are servants of the Lord. That is
Servants
our
of Krishna.
designation. Yeah. So we are eternal servants of the Lord. That is our permanent designation, eternal designation. Maybe for temporary sake, we are in these bodies and we are having multiple designations for these bodies. Yeah. So whatever I said earlier, daughter, wife, mother, employee, citizen, whatever the designations we discussed earlier, all those designations are for the body. Yeah. Yes or no? But when it
Yes,
comes
yes.
to soul, the soul's designation or the soul's position is it is always the servant of the Supreme Lord Krishna. So be it you, be it me, be it anyone. So everyone is nothing but a servant of the Supreme Lord. Now we have to identify ourselves with this right designation. Only then we would be able to free ourselves from this reflection. Let us see what else is there. Yeah, detachment through attachment. So we have to get detached from this place and we have to develop attachment to Krishna. Only then we would be able to get away from this reflection. Yes, detached from here, attached to Krishna. Okay, the problem now is we are detached from Krishna and attached here. Yes or no? We are completely living in a reverse way. We are attached to this material world and detached from Krishna, and hence we are miserable here. We are always having so many sufferings in our life. But just this process, the bhakti process, what happens, in this process, gradually will become detached from here and will get attached to Krishna. So when this happens, automatically, whatever the miseries that we have in our life, we start getting away from those miseries and we start experiencing bliss. Okay, clear?
Hmm.
Mhm. And giving up lording over material nature. So every time we feel that we are the boss here many times. Yeah, we just want to rule this material place. We just want to have everything under our control. So that is also one of the things that is binding us here. So we are not boss here. We are das. Yeah. So like many of you who are already know that in ISKCON, when we get Diksha, what is the name that we get? The name, the
There's a
front name
picture.
would be anything, but what is the last?
Das.
The Das, yeah. So it shows that you're always the Das of the Supreme Lord. When it comes to Matajis, it is like Dasi. Yeah, you're always the Dasi, servant of the Supreme Lord. But here we forget that we are Das and Dasis, but we behave as boss. Yeah, that is the reason for our problems, miseries here. That is the reason for getting entrapped in this material world. So when we shift that designation and leave that lording over the material nature and try to identify ourselves as das and dasis of the Supreme Lord, automatically we can free ourselves from this entanglement. Okay. Yeah. On and on, over and over again. So in this section, we'll see the difference between the spiritual and material worlds. The spiritual world. So Krishna is saying about his abode. As I said, you have to cut down this reflected the tree of this material world with the sword of detachment. Now, after cutting this, where are we supposed to go? We are supposed to go to our home, and Krishna is describing the qualities of our home, eternal home, that is the spiritual abode. Okay, let us see those qualities here. न तद्भासयते सूर्यो न शशाङ्को न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. The supreme abode of mine is not illumined by the sun or moon, nor by fire or electricity. Those who reach it never return to this material world. So Krishna is saying about his abode. So he is saying that that abode is not illumined by sun, not illumined by moon, not illumined by fire or electricity. So those who reach that place, they don't need to come back to this place again. Now, when you see this place, imagine a day where the sun had not risen, there is no electricity, there is no fire, and there is no moonlight either. So, can you guess how will be this place?
Dark.
Sun, no moon, no fire,
Yes.
no electricity. So
It will be
how beautiful this place would be?
It is not
Dark.
good.
Yeah, it will be full of darkness. Yes. So the light in this material world is just because of the sun, moon, fire, and electricity. This place is completely a dark place. So, you know what? Darkness resembles ignorance. Yeah. Knowledge is resembled by light. Yeah. So darkness is equivalent to ignorance. So this place is full of ignorance. This place is full of miseries. But still, Krishna, out of his mercy, gives light here through sun, moon, fire, and electricity. But when it comes to the spiritual abode, there is no need for sun, there is no need for moon, there is no need for fire, and there is no need for electricity. Why? Because the those planets are self-effulgent. Because the luster or the bodily effulgence that is emanating from Krishna would illuminate all those abodes. As I said, Brahma Jyoti, you remember what is Brahma Jyoti?
Light coming from the Bhagavan.
The Supreme Lord, the effulgence coming from the Supreme Lord. So similarly, wherever Krishna resides, that place is nothing but the spiritual abode. So as Krishna is personally present there, those places are always self-effulgent. They don't need sun, moon, fire, or electricity. They are always bright. Okay. Now, what is Krishna saying? When you come to such a place, you need not come back here. Yeah. So
Yes.
we should
Mataji,
always try to. Yes, Mataji.
Rishikesh Prabhuji told that in hide and seek, Krishna was always failures because he eliminates light.
Yeah, yes, Mataji. Yeah, he cannot hide himself, na?
Uh,
Since his body is full of radiance, he cannot hide himself. Anyone could seek him very easily. Yes. Now Krishna is saying our lost connection. Mama evamsho jivaloke jivabhutah sanatanah manashashthanindriyani prakrutisthani karshati. So beautifully Krishna is saying that you are all my fragmental parts and parcels, and we are separated. So we are separated from him. And what are we doing now? Because of this six senses, the five senses along with mind, combined six senses, with all these six senses, we are struggling a lot in this material world. So Krishna is saying here, you're all my parts and parcels. Mamaivamsho jiva loke. You're all my parts, my fragmental parts. You have lost that connection and you came to this world and you are with your five senses. What are the five senses?
Touch, taste, sense.
Eyes, nose, tongue,
Uh,
Hmm.
skin,
Hmm.
touch, taste,
ears.
smell.
Eyes, ears, nose,
Ears,
tongue,
nose,
skin.
tongue, and And skin.
Skin. Yeah. So all these five senses along with mind. Shastani Indriyani. Shastra means six. So Shastani Indriyani means five senses plus mind along with mind. You are being struggling a lot with these six senses. So Krishna is saying here, the problem with you is you are entrapped in a body with all these senses and mind, and because of that you are struggling a lot here. But you know what? You are not meant to struggle here. You belong to me. So wherever I am, you are supposed to be there, but somehow you have come here, you have lost that connection. So since you have lost that connection, you came here, you entrapped in this body with all these six senses, you are troubling a lot, you are struggling a lot here. So what are we supposed to do? We have to go back. We are not meant to stay here. You know, the greatest, the worst thing for any soul is the soul being entrapped in a material body. The worst thing for a soul is it being the part and parcel of Krishna, being a Sat Chit Ananda form, being in equal in quality with Krishna. We are just entrapped in this material body, and we are struggling a lot. You know what? Yesterday we discussed, we are just playing how the modes are acting on us. Yeah. We are just like helpless. You just pull me this string and I'll play like that. You pull me this string, I'll play like that. You pull me this string, I'll play like that. Just like how that happens in a puppet game, like how the puppet master handles the puppets. Similarly, we are like helpless puppets in the hands of Maya Devi, in the hands of this material world. And also there are three kleshas, in this material world. What does Durga Devi hold in her hand?
Trishula.
Trishul.
Trishul.
Yes,
Trishul.
Trishul, trident, Trishul. So the three shulas in the Trishul, they would represent Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika kleshas. So there are threefold miseries in this material world. What are the threefold miseries? First is Adhyatmika. Second is Adi Bhautika. Third is Adi Daivika. So what is Adhyatmika Klesha? Adhyatmika Klesha is nothing but the Klesha, the difficulty or the problems arising from our own mind and our own body. Yeah. Sometimes uh, we get so many negative thoughts in our mind that because of those thoughts, we'll be troubled here. Yes or no? So
Mm. Yes.
this is related to the Adhyatmika Klesha, Adhyatmika difficulty. The second is Adi Bhautika. Adi Bhautika means the difficulties that arises from the beings around, like a mosquito bite or problems from like coronavirus infecting the person. So all these are because of the other living beings. They are trying to influence us, impact us. They are Adi Bhautika Kleshas. And the third klesha is Adi Daivika klesha. What is Adi Daivika klesha? The natural calamities like floods, cyclones, earthquakes, tsunamis. So whatever is beyond our control, what happens in the nature, so they would also have impact on us. So basically, these three shulas in the hand of Durga Devi represents three kleshas, and she holds these three kleshas and says that you are not supposed to stay here. When you stay here, you will be impacted by any of these kleshas. Okay, it is continuous influence on you. So better you get out from this place. So Durga Devi represents that. Okay. So Krishna is saying that you are my parts and parcels, and you are supposed to stay very happily, very blissfully. But the unfortunate thing is, you came here in this material world and you want to enjoy here. But the problem is, whatever you feel that let me enjoy with my senses, let me enjoy with my mind. Basically, because of those senses and mind, you are struggling here. Leave about your enjoyment. You are actually struggling with your senses and mind. So because of that, you are struggling here. So you have to come back. You have to make attempts to come back to me. Let us see what else Krishna is saying. Yeah. Shariram yadavapnoti yacchapi utkramatishvarah grihitvaitani samyati vayurgandhani vashayat. The living entity in this material world carries his different conceptions of life from one body to another as the air carries aromas. Thus he takes one kind of body and again quits to take another. So this is saying about reincarnation. Yes. So this material world, we are moving from one body to another, like mm, similar to how air carries aromas. So when there is a fragrance, air carries that fragrance from one place to other. Similarly, when there is a bad odor, air carries the same bad odor from one place to another. Similarly, based on our impressions, our samskaras, our nature, we are also being moving from one body to another. So, how many species of life are there? You remember?
54 lakh species.
84 lakh species of life. Okay, so helplessly, the jiva, the living entity, the supreme, the spirit soul, is actually moving from one body to another here. Okay, just like how air carries the fragrance, similarly, we are also moving from one body to another here. So this is saying about reincarnation. Many people would not believe the concept of reincarnation at all. Yes, people say you have only one life. Just don't waste your valuable time in all these things like bhakti and all. Who knows what will happen next? Let's enjoy your life to the fullest. Fullest. Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, but Bhagavad Gita, when we take to Bhagavad Gita, Krishna directly saying that it is not you are doubtful about next life, but it has been multiple crores of lifetimes that you have been taking. So Krishna is saying that. Okay, so reincarnation is must. How can we escape this reincarnation? Only when we are perfect, when we reach to the stage of perfection in devotional service, then we don't need to reincarnate, we can directly go back home. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, this one we already discussed earlier. So, at my eternal fragmental parts, due to the conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses. Yeah. Hmm. So, what is happening? The living entity, thus taking another gross body, obtains a certain type of ear, eye, tongue, nose, and sense of touch, which are grouped about the mind. He thus enjoys a particular set of sense objects. So, basically, now we are in this body, we have some type of ears, eyes, nose, tongue, and skin. Yeah. So, we are experiencing the objects through our senses in a particular way in this body. Now, when you take to the body of some lower species, his senses are different. Yes or no? So, as I said earlier, sometimes we will degrade into such a species that whatever the waste from this body, that becomes the food for the other species. We might also enter that species also if we don't live up to the human life. So it is always possible that we can go from higher species to lower species or lower species to higher species based on our activities in that species. Especially when it comes to the human life, higher intelligence is given in human life to do higher things, yeah, to do higher thinking. But if we just use this human life just like a animalistic life, just going after pleasures, then definitely, as I said yesterday, whatever is misused or abused will be taken away. Now you have got this human life. If you have if you don't use it, or if you misuse it, or if you abuse it, next you will not be given this opportunity. Definitely we'll go back to the lower species of life. Okay, so we should always remember that human life is the rarest of the rarest gifts. So many times we feel that I don't have that, I don't have this, I'm lacking this in my life, I'm lacking that in my life. But when we when we read or when we take to Bhagavad Gita, we understand that maybe I might be lacking with the things of this material world, but I have a very big vehicle in my hand. That vehicle, you see, we are souls, and this body is like a vehicle. With this vehicle, you can actually cross over this place and go back to spiritual world. Yes. So the soul got this wonderful vehicle of human body. We have to make use of this vehicle and just start our journey to the spiritual world. Okay, that's why this special vehicle, this intelligent vehicle, this multi-talented vehicle is given to us for that purpose. Otherwise, we can be put into any species, right? But why we have given this material life? It is just for that purpose only. We have got this human form of life. Okay. Yeah, the foolish cannot understand how a living entity can quit his body, nor can they understand what sort of body he enjoys under the spell of the modes of nature. But one whose eyes are trained in the knowledge can see this. So, not everyone would understand this. When we say the concepts of reincarnation, when we say that based on our activities in this life, we are preparing the next life, like we are preparing the body for the next life, people would not even understand this. Like they would say, I don't even believe this, right? But when you take to Bhagavad Gita, when you understand all this knowledge under the guidance of Vaishnavas, like from Srila Prabhupada, what we are uh, learning today. So what is happening is our eyes are getting trained in this knowledge, and we could able to understand this. So many people are extremely foolish that they cannot understand this. They would be very lame to understand this, and they would be like, life is just one, enjoy it, don't waste your time in bhakti and all, enjoy it to the fullest. But they don't know that the problem lies in our enjoyment only. Okay, so we always feel that when we enjoy we'll be happy, but Krishna says, Bhagavad Gita says that that is the reason for your suffering here, that the whatever you are feeling enjoyment here today, that is not the actual enjoyment. In fact, that is the reason for your suffering here, and that is the reason for your getting entrapped in the cycle of birth and death. Okay. Hmm. Let us go ahead. Yeah, maintainer of body, mind, and soul. So Krishna is giving further more details on how he is maintaining everything here. So let us see. I enter into each planet, and by my energy they stay in orbit. I become the moon and thereby supply the juice of life to all vegetables. So Krishna is saying here that, see, we are seeing so many planets that are perfectly revolving around the sun, rotating about themselves in a very proper orbit. Yes or no? Is there
Yes.
any chance that they would skip the or they would miss the path, like how a train would miss the track and falls down? Is it possible for the planets to skip that orbit and create some havoc in the world? No, it is
Mm.
not possible. Who is maintaining that? Krishna is saying that it is by my energy that all the planets are perfectly moving. It is by my energy that the gravitational force is acting here. It is by my energy that the sun is shining here. It is by my energy that moon is emanating its rays. So because of moon's rays, what happens, because of the presence of the moon's rays, the food that we are cultivating, it starts getting taste. See, when you observe a mango that has been properly ripened on a tree versus a mango that has been artificially ripened. So what is the difference between these two? Do you feel the same taste in both the mangoes?
No, Mataji,
No.
sweetness.
The mango that is properly ripened on the tree would have a very juicy and sweet taste because of it absorbing the moon's rays. Because of moon rays, all the vegetation is getting that taste. The taste of fruits and vegetables is because of the moonlight. That is also from Krishna. But when you just pluck the mango at a very early stage, and when you use some artificial methods to ripen it, that will not have any taste in it because it did not get the enough moonlight. Okay, because of that it did not develop the taste in it. So the sunlight, the moonlight, the orbits that are moving around, all these are because of Krishna's energy. Krishna is saying that I am maintaining all of that. And yeah. So, Yadaditya Gatam Tejo, the splendor of sun is from Krishna. Gama Vishyacha Bhutani Dharayami maintains the planets as we discussed earlier. Pushnami Chaushadi Sarvaha, supply the juice of life to all vegetables because of the moonlight. Vaishwanaro, the fire of digestion. See, when you eat something, see, we need fire to cook our food. Yes. Similarly, we need fire to digest the food that we have consumed. So we'll have Jataragni in our stomach. Okay, the fire of digestion. We need that fire in proper quantity to get our food digested. So when there is disturbances in the fire, what happens? We get to face the problems of acidity and gas because we don't have the balance of the fire in the stomach. So because of the presence of the fire, the food that has been consumed is getting digested. So that Jataragni is also Krishna. So Krishna is saying all these things, how I'm maintaining everything here. And pranapana samayuktaha pachamyanyam. So he digests the food stuff by outgoing and incoming air. So whatever the food that we have consumed is getting digested because of this fire of digestion and also by the movement of air within our body. So Krishna is maintaining our body like this. Okay. So he's like the sunlight. Without sun, we cannot, this our life cannot exist. And he's maintaining the planets. He's supplying the juice of life to all vegetables, and he's the fire of digestion, and he is digesting the food by the movement of air within the body. So this is how Krishna is maintaining our body. So imagine, like, if something has been withdrawn, some power, like the splendor of the sun is withdrawn, or Vaishwanaro, fire in the stomach is withdrawn, or the moonlight is withdrawn, or the power for maintaining the planets is withdrawn, just imagine how our life would be. It will be completely upside down. Yes or no? We cannot stay or survive here at all. So there are many atheists who say that, what is God doing to me? Where is your God, and what is God doing to me? What is God doing to me? The power that you got to say something about the God is also given to you by the God. So they don't even realize that. Okay, that is the ignorance level of people here. So because of the mercy of the Lord, because of the power given to you by Lord, you are saying all these things and you are doing all these things. But still people complain that, where is the Lord? What is he doing here? So why I should bow down before Lord? People would say that. Definitely when someone reads Bhagavad Gita, that too in a bona fide authentic parampara, definitely you would understand that how much we are dependent on the Supreme Lord. Yeah. So our life would be like, it would just be completely hampered without the mercy of the Supreme Lord in our lives. So he is just maintaining everything in our body. Okay. So without his support, without his mercy, we cannot stay not even for a single second. Okay. Yeah. Now, maintainer of the body. Again, this is the water cycle. See, you see this, just by this water cycle, like how we are surviving. Without water we cannot survive. Like there are, maybe we might have read this in our childhood days. So the water from the water bodies like oceans, so they would be evaporated. Why? Because of the sunlight. So they would be evaporated, and water vapor, when it cools down, it forms into clouds, and that is the condensation. And when it is time to precipitate, the clouds start pouring the rain. Again we'll get the fresh water from the clouds. So who is maintaining this cycle? Who is making this evaporation happening, condensation, precipitation? And just on this water cycle, our life is dependent on the water. So who is running this cycle? Yeah, it is just because of Krishna's energy. So without which we cannot survive. So it is just like this, Matajas. Be it any field, when we start going in deep, like it is said that, be it a scientist also, maybe few scientists in the beginning of their career, they would say that there is no God. It is all because of our scientific inventions we are staying here. There is no question of God. So this is the ideology of a new scientist or an upcoming scientist, it would say. But when you take to the same scientist who had spent a lot of time in his scientific inventions, so when he is actually matured, he would understand that actually there is nothing that can exist without the mercy of the Lord. He would come to this understanding. Yeah. So be it a
Yeah.
doctor also, he or she would also understand. Maybe in the initial stages, the doctor may feel, I might save a life. Because of me, I could make a deceased person to a normal person, healthy person. But is it true that whatever the doctor treats, like whoever the doctor treats, everyone would be survived?
No, Mataji. Somebody
Who is,
will.
yeah, who is the one who is providing the life air to the person? Maybe the doctor is facilitating some few things or few mechanisms in our body to work, but who is providing or facilitating the life air within the body? It is the Supreme Lord. So when we actually go deep in our field, we understand that without the mercy of the Supreme Lord, we cannot at all survive here. So we are completely dependent on Supreme Lord's mercy. Yeah. But the problem or the unfortunate thing is, we are getting so much, so much, so much from Krishna. and we are busy in enjoying these things from Krishna that we totally forget the presence of Krishna in our life. Yes or no? Does this happen or not? Yes or no?
Yes, Mataji.
So we are so much busy in eating the fruits. We are so much busy. So I just want to eat this fruit. I just want to eat that fruit. I just want to enjoy this. I just want to enjoy that. I just want to enjoy this. But we just have to understand that who is providing me all this? Who is supplying me all this? How can I? How am I getting the enjoyment here? It is because of Krishna's mercy only. So when we understand that, we will automatically turn towards Krishna. Yeah. Let us see what else Krishna is saying in this chapter. Mm. So I'm the fire of digestion in the bodies of all living entities, and I join with the air of life, outgoing and incoming, to digest the four kinds of food stuff. Okay. So there are four kinds of food stuff, Chaturvidam. So all those four kinds of foodstuffs that are mentioned here, like the food that we chew, the food that we suck, the food that we gulp, the water, and the food that we lick, basically. So all these kinds of foodstuffs are basically getting digested because of this digestive fire. And Krishna is saying that सर्वस्य चाहं हृदि सन्निविष्टो मत्तः स्मृतिर्ज्ञानमपोहनं च वेदैश्च सर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदान्तकृत्वेदविदेव चाहम्. So I am seated in everyone's heart, and from me comes remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas, I am to be known. Indeed, I am the compiler of Vedanta. I am the knower of the Vedas. So Krishna is saying, from me comes remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness. Now we can say, okay, knowledge is from Krishna, remembrance is also from Krishna. How come forgetfulness is also from Krishna? Forgetfulness is not so good thing, right? We feel like we don't want to forget things, but how come forgetfulness is also from Krishna? See, we can understand it this way. See, in everyone's life, there are few situations which are very hard to digest in our life, like losing someone in our life who are very dear to us. So it is very hard to digest that thing. Yes or no?
Yes,
So
Mataji.
Yes.
let's say we have lost someone very close to our heart, and now we could not forget them, and we are just we are just experiencing the depression of not having that person in our life. But over a period of time, do we gradually come out of those memories and we start living our normal routine? Yes or no?
Hmm. Yes,
So
Mataji.
in that case, so the forgetfulness that is coming to us is also by Krishna. So you know what? When we don't have this mercy of Krishna through the form of forgetfulness, our life would be in a mess. We cannot leave few things, we cannot leave few people in our life that we don't even know how to go ahead in our life, and we get stuck in the parts of the life where we are miserable. It is just because of the forgetfulness, this boon of Krishna to us, that we are able to proceed forward in our life. Yes or no?
Hmm. Yes, Mataji.
Imagine
We
if
can.
we don't have this forgetfulness, then we'll just stuck at the problem and we don't know how to move ahead or how to lead our life ahead. Because of this forgetfulness, we are able to maintain our life even though we might have lost some loved ones. Okay, so the remembrance, knowledge, forgetfulness, everything comes from Krishna. So if we want some knowledge, if we want to remember few things, then we can just go and pray to Krishna. Krishna, I could not able to remember these things. Kindly give me your mercy that I can remember them. So the remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness, everything comes from Krishna. And Krishna is also saying that I am the one who is supposed to be known after all the study of Vedas. So let's say if you have studied the complete Vedas, but if we could not understand Krishna, this is one point, one way. And the other way is we don't know what is there in the Vedas, but somehow we got to know about Krishna and we are doing Krishna Bhakti. Now, Krishna is saying, I am the knower of the Vedas. Now tell me, the first way is better or the second way is better?
Second way.
Obviously, second way, because the purpose of the Vedic study is to reach to Krishna, to understand Krishna, to know our relation with Krishna, and to do bhakti. You might have spent many lifetimes in reading the Vedas, but you could not understand Krishna. But that is not That is not the essence of reading Vedas. The essence of reading Vedas is you have to come to the point of bhakti. You have to reach to the stage of bhakti and start understanding Krishna. So if we are in this path, then we are like actually the knower of Vedas. Yeah. So we don't need to take to the path of extreme struggle in reading all the Vedas, four Vedas, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Itihasas. We don't need to take that struggle. Of course, we have few things to read in our bhakti life, especially Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. But definitely, when you start doing bhakti, you would understand Krishna, and it is nothing but you have understood the essence of all the Vedas. So, Krishna is saying that. Yeah, and now Krishna is saying about the living entities. There are two kinds of living entities basically. One is fallible and one is infallible. So, fallible means they have the tendency to fall into this material world. Like people like us are fallible. So, independently want to enjoy, they always in the material world. So, the problem with this category is they want to enjoy independently. So what happens to them? They will fall here to this material world. Now there is the other category of people. They are infallible. Infallible means they don't come here to this material world. They don't come here to this place. They'll always stay with Krishna and they always want to be with Krishna. They never leave the spiritual world. You know what? I said 84 lakh species, right? And there are many population in each of these species. Yes or no? Like we have 84 lakh species, and in each of the species, let's say ant is one such species, and there are like some millions and trillions of ants in the species, in that species. So when you count all the souls here, like there are so many ants, so many trees, so many insects, so many aquatic, so many birds, so many bees, so many human beings. But when you count all of these souls, all these put together, they are just 10% of the souls. So only 10% of the souls falls down from the spiritual world to the material world. The rest 90% of the souls, they are already in the spiritual abode along with Krishna. So unfortunately, where are we? We are in the 10% or 90% category. Where are we?
10%.
Yeah, we are in the 10% category and hence we are here. Yeah. But fortunate thing is we are understanding that at least we are in this 10%. So there is something like 10%, 90%. There is like this species, fallible, infallible. We are trying to get this knowledge and we are trying to get or shift ourselves from this 10% to this 90% through the process of bhakti. Okay. So there are basically two categories of people. One would fall into this material world and one would stay in the spiritual world. And then let us see what is about the Supreme Lord. Uttama Purushastvanyah Paramatmetyudahritah Yo Lokatrayamavishya Bibharthavyaya Ishwaraha. Besides these two categories, basically the fallible and infallible, besides these two categories, there is the greatest living personality, the Supreme Soul, the imperishable Lord Himself, who has entered the three worlds and is maintaining them. So apart from these two categories of jivas, there is another person who is none other than the Supreme Soul, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, who has entered these three worlds, who has entered all the three worlds, and He is the reason for the maintenance of all these three worlds. Now, यस्मात्क्षरमतीतोऽहम् अक्षरादपि चोत्तमः अतोऽस्मि लोके वेदे च प्रतीतः पुरुषोत्तमः. Because I am transcendental beyond both the fallible and infallible, and because I am the greatest, I am celebrated both in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person. So Krishna is saying here, I'm transcendental, Arjuna. I don't come under the category of fallible and infallible. I'm the greatest. Since I'm the greatest, I'm celebrated in the world and in the Vedas as the supreme person. Basically, I am celebrated as Purushottama. Okay, hence this chapter's name is Purushottama Yoga. Okay, so people call me as Purushottama because I'm different from these two kinds of entities. I am Uttama in all the Purushas. Okay, I'm the greatest. यो मामेवमसम्मूढो जानाति पुरुषोत्तमं स सर्वविद् भजति मां सर्वभावेन भारत. So whoever knows me as the Supreme Personality of Godhead without doubting is the knower of everything. He therefore engages himself in full devotional service to me, O son of Bharata. So whoever knows that I am the supreme personality of Godhead, what would they do? They would engage in my devotional service. So they are knower of everything, because once we know about Krishna, we know about everything. Like knowing about Krishna is like knowing about all the Vedas. All the knowledge is about knowing Krishna. Once we know about Krishna and understand that Krishna is the Purushottama, then that person would engage in devotional service. Yeah. So hence Krishna is called Purushottama here. So what we have to understand, we are in a place that is temporary. We are in a place that is not our home at all. So hence our journey of bhakti. So Srila Prabhupada says that you have to go back home, back to Godhead. Yes or no? Back home, back to Godhead. Maybe people who might have heard a few lectures, they might hear this term, back home, back to Godhead. So you are going back to Godhead, and going back to Godhead is nothing but going back to your home. Yeah. Basically, we are not in our home. We are staying here on a temporary basis. Hence, we are occupying these temporary bodies here. But when we go back to our home, we'll get our permanent body, we'll get our spiritual bodies, and we can stay there permanently. So we are in such an abominable place. This place is full of miseries, and this place, we are stuck in these bodies, and we are completely under the influence of three modes of material nature. Sometimes we behave very well, sometimes we behave greedy, sometimes we'll be very dull and lazy, and we'll always be influenced, or we'll always be under the three kleshas: adhyatmika, adidaivika, adibhautika kleshas. And we have this anardhas in us: lust, anger, greed, jealous, envy, pride. And we have this senses here, the five senses along with mind, they're playing with us, they're troubling us a lot. So just imagine, the soul is entrapped in such a place. Hence, this place is called the prison house. Lot of difficulties here. The threefold miseries, three gunas, anarthas, the senses and the mind combined together, they are putting lot of trouble on us. So we are in such a helpless situation. So people, when they don't read Bhagavad Gita, when they don't know the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, how would they understand all these things? Just imagine, if we don't know all these things, we will still be in this well, like a, you become like a frog in the well. People would say that, no? So we will be like a frog in this well and thinking that my happiness is here, I'll be here, I'll do that adjustment, I'll be happy here, I'll make some plans for the future, I'll be happy here. Krishna is saying that, Array, you're a fool, you cannot be happy here. Krishna is saying that. Yes or no? So we have to understand, this place is not at all meant for us. The problem here is we are stuck in this material bodies. But fortunately, we have got the human body. Now let us use this opportunity to connect to Krishna. Yeah. When you develop our attachment to Krishna, then we can leave this body and we can go back home. We can go to our house. So when we reach our house, we can stay peacefully, blissfully, happily there. Yeah. So that should be our journey. So we have got this fortune to know Bhagavad Gita, hear Bhagavad Gita in our lives, somehow by Guru, Krishna, and Vaishnava's mercy. But we should not stop this journey. So we should continue this journey until we reach the Golok, until we reach back to our home. Yes or no? It is not just some entertainment thing. It is not just a time pass thing that we are attending. But this knowledge should definitely bring transformation in each and every one of our lives. And this journey should be continued until we go back to our home, until we go back home, back to Godhead, until we reach the Goloka, Vaikuntha planets. Till then, we have to hold on to Bhakti. Yeah. Holding on to Bhakti means following A, B, C, D. We have to be in association of devotees. We have to read Shastras, Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to chant the holy names of the Lord. We have to follow diet, offer food to the Lord and have that as prasadam, and do deity worship. So when you follow these five things, then our journey back home, back to Godhead, or our destination to our original home would be guaranteed. Okay. So this is about Purushottama Yoga. वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. श्रील गुरुदेव की जय. निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे. हरि हरि बोल. Thank you so much, Mataji. Is it clear?
Clear, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes. Thank you so much. Any questions? Sneha Mataji.
like Mataji, Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna
Like
Mataji.
we listen like we will have only 7 births. Is it true? Or
No, no, Mataji.
no?
We'll have n number of births. We cannot even count our number of births, Mataji. And we don't even know whether this is our first human birth or not. We don't even know that also. Earlier, we might be in some human animal species, and now we have got this human life. Maybe that could also be possible. Or earlier, also, we might be in human species for multiple lifetimes, and again, we are continuing our journey in the human life. So we cannot trace that, but definitely there is no, not the number of seven. We might be having some 7 trillion or maybe more than that, but not seven. Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Mataji. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Any other questions? Were you able to understand the concepts? Yeah,
Yes, Mataji.
yes. Okay.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you so much,
Mataji, I
Mataji.
have a doubt.
Yes, Mataji, please tell me.
The long time ago, I did a long time meditation. In that, I see some cycles of my birth. But
Mm-hmm.
is it illusion or is it real, ma'am?
Meditation as in what did you do, Mataji? You were doing mantra meditation or?
No, no, no. Long ago means 20 years back.
Yeah.
That is a pyramid center meditation.
Okay.
Just closing the eyes and focus on the something
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah,
breathing.
okay. Mm, mm,
Focusing on the breathing.
mm.
In long time in that long time meditation, I saw some cycles of my birth. Is it
Mm-hmm.
real or is it illusion? I don't know.
Might be real, might be an illusion. The reason for telling this to you is we cannot do anything by knowing about our past lives now, Mataji. Yeah. So maybe whatever you might have got might be real, or whatever you might have got might be illusion of your own mind. So we cannot trace that. But whatever the case may be, even that is real or even that is imaginary, you don't have anything in your hands now to change that, right? But whatever you have now is this lifetime, the present moments that you have in your life. Now, if you know the purpose of your life, definitely you have the opportunity to change your future lives. Yes, Mataji. So
Thank you,
that's
Mataji.
why, thank you so much, Mataji. That's why Krishna had given this forgetfulness. See, as soon as a child is born, he didn't know what was his earlier life. So how come that forgetfulness had given to that child? It is blessing of Krishna on the child. Otherwise, our life would be a complete mess. See, right now I'm in this body. I have few set of family members. I feel this is my husband, this is my daughter, this is my mother, this is my father. So I have some set of people around. But let's say if I imagine my previous, remember my previous lives also, then it would be like, who is my husband? Who is my daughter? Who is my son? Am I a male or am I a female? Am I a human or am I something, some other living entity? So it would be a complete mess. So we cannot focus on the purpose of our life. Hence, Krishna at the time of birth removes everything. So in the womb of the mother also we can remember the past lives, Mataji. Maybe that memory would be there in the womb of the mother, but as soon as we are mm, thrown into this world, we are born into this world, everything is erased. Krishna erases everything and gives a fresh start again. But the samskaras would be there. Samskaras as in whatever the impressions that we did in the previous lives, that would be carried here. Like when you do some mischievous activities in your earlier life, then there would be very like there would be children who would born with so much cruel thoughts even at the childhood. How they are getting those samskaras? Because they have done these cruel acts so much in the previous lives that they have carried the same cruel thoughts now in this lifetime. So similarly, if you are very pious, the same pious thoughts would be carried. Similarly, if you are doing devotion in your life, the same devotional thought process would be carried on further. Okay, so the samskaras would be there with us, and based on our samskaras we would lead our life accordingly. So hence when you take to bhakti in this lifetime, even though we don't go back to golok at the end of this lifetime, still whatever the life that we get in the next life would be extremely good, or it would be completely better than this life, because we are doing bhakti, we are creating very positive nice impressions of Krishna in our mind. So when you take the next birth, we kind of do a head start basically. Now, at the age of 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, we might have taken to bhakti. But since you have taken to bhakti seriously in this lifetime, from the very beginning of the next life, Krishna would give us an opportunity to head start our bhakti. Okay. Any more questions?
Mataji, for this, I have an example, Mataji.
Mm-hmm.
Kanchi Kamakoti Pitadipati said a story about this incarnations.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever you said, no, in last incarnation, that cruel person will behave like that only.
Mm.
So for this, there is a rich person who delivered in hospital, but she didn't have milk to give child, Mataji. At that time, a nurse also had the birth to baby. She had more milk. That's why they requested, hospital doctor requested the nurse to give feeding a child. Then the nurse gives very pleasantly to the child. After 2 days, the child hand was like this, Mataji. The fist is not coming out. So the mother saw that and she tried to open the fist, but the child is not opening that. Then doctor came. The mother was thought that the nurse is giving milk. That's why the character belongs to that. So some disease came to the boy like that.
Okay.
She thought. Then doctor came that and she typically opened the fingers like this. Then the baby got a ring, nurse ring in his hand.
Okay. Okay.
So,
So it is a samskara.
uh, that samskara won't go away. That will
Yeah.
come the Gajatunga in previous.
Yeah. So he had very nice impressions of stealing other people things in the earlier life, and now he is continuing the same thing right from the mother who had fed him. Yeah.
Also, don't know she lost a ring.
Yeah. We carry those impressions, Mataji. Hence, we should make very thoughtful choices in our life to give very positive impressions to our mind. So we might feel like this is just a momentary thing. Let me just enjoy this, or let me just indulge in this. But you know what? We are ending up creating so many samskaras, so many impressions in our mind. They don't leave us so easily. As I said, at the end of the life, we are leaving this gross body, but subtle body is still carried on further. So we should be very careful uh, in taking the inputs through our senses. So it is like this GIGO principle. Always remember this GIGO principle. GIGO principle means good in, good out. So when you feed all your senses with good things, so you will exhibit the good things out. But the same GIGO principle applies in a negative way also. Garbage in, garbage out. So GIGO principle. Good in, good out, garbage in, garbage out. But the problem is we feed in garbage and we want good outcome. How is that possible? Not at all possible. So we should always be very thoughtful in what ways we are feeding our senses. The things that we see, the things that we hear, the things that we taste, and the things that we smell, that we touch, experience the sense of touch through our skin. All these should be very proper. So only then we'll have proper right impressions. Hence, in bhakti, we say regulate your life. So regulating our life is not about uh, pulling the jiva away from enjoyment. When someone says in bhakti to regulate the life, it is for our own good that by such regulation, we don't indulge in nonsense things and we don't end up creating bad samskaras in our mind. See, till now we might have done so much nonsense and we already have so much garbage in our mind. But now, after taking to bhakti, you don't indulge in anything. You just regulate your life. By regulating, at least you put an end to the bad samskaras. And now, with the process of bhakti, you just imprint all the bad samskaras hardly with bhakti samskaras. By that, automatically all your bad samskaras would be erased over a period of time, and all the impressions of bhakti would be imprinted so strongly that even when we take the next life, we carry the impressions of bhakti and we lead a life full of devotion. So is it clear? Yes, no? Clear?
Yes, Mataji.
Mataji.
Yeah, thank you. Fine. Thank you so much, Matajis. Let us meet again tomorrow with 16th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Okay.
Let's chant Hare Krishna.
Yes, let's chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra 3 times. Okay.
Hmm.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama, Hare Hare.
So today being Ekadashi, if you want to stay back, you can stay back and we can chant one round all together.
Yes, Mataji, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I will stop the recording.